Welcome to the Virtual Environment and Multimodal Interaction Laboratory, or VEMI Lab for short. My name is Grant Beals. I'm a staff member here at the lab, and I'd like to show you a few things that exemplify the work and culture of the lab, as well as a little bit about the students who work here. We specialize in a variety of technological solutions for real-world problems. We're a research laboratory focused on promoting interdisciplinary undergraduate collaboration through hands-on research and development. We've come a long way since VEMI's inception in 2008. The breadth of our research has continually expanded as we've grown and diversified our staff. VEMI student employees have been pulled from over 20 different disciplines over the years to bring a diverse range of specializations together to collaborate. Our undergraduates work in tandem with staff and graduate students through every step of the research process, from brainstorming ideas to development to running experiments and writing publications. In fact, over 70% of VEMI products feature student collaboration, and last year, 61% of our publications featured student co-authors. As a lab that primarily performs human subject research in a variety of fields, COVID-19 posed a very real challenge to overcome. However, we are a group of problem solvers. Our staff and students were quick to explore and adapt to remote communication, studies, and new projects to help the university and our community tackle this unprecedented time. Lab life looks a little different these days, but we still come together as a team to get things done. VEMI has always strived to be a home away from home for our students and staff. We've found that this approach has led to a more productive working environment and dedicated personnel that are excited to participate. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just listen to some of our current students speak about why they choose to work at VEMI.
So I think it's a coupling of rigor and excellence with support and family structure, which I think is really unique and productive.
It's 100% a family. Everybody takes care of everybody else, and it is fantastic because if anybody needs anything, like lab related or not, there's always someone that's happy to step up and say, hey, I can help you with this, as well as sort of getting a professional environment that isn't so professional that it feels off-putting. Because I am still in college and I would still like to not have to wear a business suit and tie into the office, but it's still professional enough for me to get a feel of what it's going to be like in the real world.
But that's one of the reasons I like going to VEMI. Like, I can see people who made the decisions I have to make, and I can see them like 3 or 4 years down the line and how that would affect me. It also lets me do things that like are other jobs. My project right now is just another job. Like, if I wanted to do this, I could do this, or if soldering or 3D printing, or all of those skills that I picked up just because I was interested in them. I don't think I could have had those opportunities without them. There are a whole lot of events that are just meant to bring us closer together in a way that doesn't emphasize work efficiency as much as just developing relationships with those around us, which does often lead to work efficiency, but I don't think that's the point. Or if it is, Rick is being real devious about it. Was the reason I chose UMaine. Like,
That's awesome.
My connections here could not be replicated anywhere else.
Thank you for joining us for this brief look into VEMI. Once it's safe to do so, we'd love to see you in the lab for a tour.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the second edition of the quarantine edition of the edition of the 2021 graduation from VEMI. We're really excited tonight. It's been a heck of a year, as I'm sure it has been for everyone. We're really looking forward to tonight. We're hoping this is going to be fun and be a bit of a celebration for everybody. Tonight we have graduating. We're going to hear from Roshin and Dan and Isaac and Eric and Tian and Colleen. We're going to spend some time with all of them, and we're going to hear about some of the projects that they've worked on during their time at VEMI, and we're going to start showing off what what some of our great projects and great students that have come out of here. So we're really looking forward to that. It's been a heck of a year. Saw that the Chancellor and the President put out some great words of wisdom to the students and the faculty and everyone, and it has been a tough year, and I've never been more proud of our students in my life. This has not been an easy transition, working from home, working in these weird environments, as I'm sure it is in everyone's life, but I can tell you the VEMI life had significantly changed. We have a lot of fun to plan tonight, I'm hoping. We've got some interesting stuff and some interesting ideas, and we're hoping it entertains everybody. We're going to keep this as short as possible, but there's a lot of people that we have to talk to. And yeah, and I want to just open by thanking, there's a pretty big team here. You know, we're all taking all the precautions here, but we're making sure that this goes off without a flaw like we did last year. So I'd like to start off by, we're going to check in throughout the night. We're going to briefly check in with our Carnegie Commando, or the czar of all buildings, Theo Erickson, and he's just going to keep checking in because we're getting VEMI ready for the upcoming summer, and we want to make sure everything is ready to go. So let's check in real quick with Theo.
Nice.
All right, thank you, Theo. There we go. So we're going to move on. We've got a lot of congratulations and thank you videos, and we got a great video here, and thank you to all the grad students from President Farini Mundi, and we're going to put that together for you there.
Hello everyone. Thank you for inviting me to join the VEMI Lab virtual graduation party. I so appreciate having this chance to congratulate you and wish you the best. After all, the VEMI Lab is the closest neighbor, that has people in it, to the President's house. Next year, Rick Mundy and I will get back on track with bringing over snacks. And I'll be back with visitors again as soon as we can open up, as VEMI is one of the most inspiring places to include when I bring guests to visit our campus. That's because VEMI is a truly special place. It's right there on your website. First, VEMI is a multidisciplinary environment. Second, students and faculty learn to innovate together, and you work to solve unmet challenges or wicked problems with technology. There's just always so much to be proud of with UMaine students, and this year for the VEMI group is no exception. Congratulations on what you have accomplished together in the midst of the latest global complex problem, a pandemic. Well done. And what a list of areas of work this year. Accessible autonomous vehicles, a ride-hailing tool, smartphone apps that support nursing students' virtual learning, real-time detection of surface contamination, and making archival film accessible to the blind and visually impaired community. And that's just part of the story. You are part of a very special place at the University of Maine. On a visit to VEMI, the energy, the creativity, and the excitement about tackling complex problems together pervades the place. And VEMI is a model for diversity. Look at just the fields of study of this year's grads, which range from computer science to accounting to engineering, an important dimension of diversity. In VEMI, equity and inclusion are built in. Everyone's ideas are valued, and everyone has the chance to be at the table or sofa. Rick, Nick, Caitlin, and all of you have built something truly wonderful, and each year's group of students shapes it and leaves their own impact on this great community. So my congratulations to this year's graduates. Roshin Biswas, Colleen Damiris, Eric Marshall, Tian Morrison, Dr. Dan Regan, and Isaac Sparks Willie. Please stay in touch. With your foundation here in VEMI, I am confident that you have bright career prospects as discoverers, leaders, and innovators wherever you may go. I can't wait to see how you'll continue to make the world a safer, healthier, and more imaginative and inclusive place. Enjoy your party.
Thank you very much, President Farini Mundi. Without your leadership over the last year, this would have been a lot harder. So we really appreciate it. That's fantastic. And again, we're very blessed to have the president send us in messages, but this year we even got a great message of congratulations from the Dean of Engineering, Dean Humphreys. Let's get into that.
Greetings, my name's Dana Humphrey. I'm Dean of Engineering. I'd like to add my congratulations to the 2021 graduates of the VEMI Lab. Your focus on the human side of technology is critical for today's world. This includes your work on how humans perceive and interact with autonomous vehicles and developing new technologies that will help people interact with their surroundings. I am confident that the multidisciplinary nature of the program that brings together engineers, computer scientists, mathematicians, communications specialists, and sociologists has given you all unique insights into how to solve problems. I know that these skills will serve you well in your careers. Thus, go forth and use these great skills to solve great problems and to make the world a better place. Congratulations again, and best wishes.
Thank you very much, Dean Humphreys. That's great. We're always happy to see. We're showing off our interdisciplinary talents and how far we reach across the UMaine here. Last but certainly not least, our dean here at the College of Liberal Arts and Science, this is Dean Haddad. We've got a nice video from her.
Hello, everyone. I'm Emily Haddad, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, which is the home of the VEMI Lab. Congratulations to all of the members of VEMI who are graduating this spring. Your degree will be from the University of Maine, but I'm confident that much of what you learned came from VEMI. The community of the VEMI Lab is remarkable. VEMI challenges students to discover and follow their interests, to think both independently and collaboratively. VEMI creates opportunities for students to find their way through hard problems, seeing setbacks as new routes rather than as dead ends. Because of this mindset, VEMI was able to continue its work throughout the pandemic year. Even more importantly, the lab was able to sustain its community. Congratulations to everyone who has been part of this work, and special good luck to the graduates.
We're going to, and yeah, joining us. Are they on screen now? Do we got that covered? Yeah, there you guys go. Hi, guys.
Hello, Richard.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well.
So I'd like to hear from each of you. Maybe we'll just start with Nick. Just your thoughts on this year, how it went, you know, and how our students fared throughout this crazy pandemic.
Well, you know, as everyone probably is saying, it was an unprecedented year. You know, it really was a year that was, you know, we planned for a lot of things, and Rick and I have done this for 13 years now when we started VEMI, and we've done a lot of strategic planning, but we had very little planning set up for the last year as a lab that's built itself on, you know, let's have a place where people come together and gather and build a, you know, it really is like a family. And you'll hear this, I'm sure, by multiple people. And that happens not generally by Zoom calls and, you know, remote, but by being together and doing things interactively, experientially. And so, yeah, when we had to realize how to make this work, how to run behavioral research when we can't actually be in the building, was a challenge. And I think that's kind of what, I mean, our ability to succeed over the last year, which I think very clearly we did, and that we had, you know, so many people joined the lab grew, the lab flourished. And I think a lot of that was in our abilities to say, okay, here's a challenge. We like challenges. Let's figure it out and do something new. and figure out how to, work so we can virtually be together and we can do things, in totally new ways, build new technology, build new mechanisms to do things together. And I think that's our strength is kind of these types of challenges, these types of adversities.
Powering
I
on.
mean, that's one of the things that I
Battery
would say
low.
generically
Mic off.
represents part of what we do. But this was a great example of it actually happening in real time. And yeah, I think we came through.
I
To
I
not
agree
sound
with
too
you.
cheesy, I think we came through stronger.
I-
Sounds a little Nietzsche-esque, maybe.
I totally agree with you. And for those who don't know, when this pandemic started, Nick was on sabbatical and I had to pull him out of sabbatical to help. But at the same time, thank God Caitlin was there, because that transition to how do we operate in during a pandemic was essential, pulling Caitlin in. And yeah, Caitlin, how did it go for you over the course of the last year?
Well, I think that I can't really say much because it's easy for me as, professor to sit here, and I'm used to sitting at my computer 8 hours a day and, just writing things. But for all of our students who, for this, they were just tied to Zoom and tied to their computers and hours and hours and hours every day having to do this and not being able to have that face-to-face camaraderie. And I want to echo what Nick said. It was incredible to watch our research family rise to the challenge and figure out ways to build that community when we couldn't be face-to-face. So all the creativity that went into, let's have discussions on music, let's share our pets, let's have virtual snack time, Izzy and M's, the VEMI Lab as gas station snacks. These are beautiful examples of creativity and overcoming that I couldn't be prouder of all of our students for doing this. And Rick, I'd also like to call you out, because in this process, a lot of hard calls had to be made. How do we take care of our students? How do we put protections in place that keep everybody safe, but at the same time, don't just put us all in our little boxes? And you worked really hard, with Caitlin and RJ and Grant and the rest of the staff to figure out, how can we rearrange the lab so that we can work safely together? How can we have, schedules that make sure that we're not all packed in the same place? Can we open the windows? And I think you all did a fantastic job at balancing that sense of community with this is what we need to do to protect ourselves. So just kudos to all of you.
Well, thank you. But, thank you for constantly hopping and being on the science advisory board and helping us out with, hey, what do we actually need to do here? But yeah, so that was great. I'm also, I have to say, I was super, super proud of all the students. It was tough. It was very tough mentally for everyone to get through these semesters. And just watching everybody pull together and try to do those fun things was amazing. And I think it was great. So let me ask both of you guys, do you think a lot of the questions that we've been getting asked over the last year is, has our research suffered? And the question actually was just speaking to a couple of colleagues at different universities today. And one said that they think that the damage to their research is going to take them 2 years to recover from. I don't feel that's the case. Do you two feel that's the case?
There's aspects of our research that did not progress as were planned, and that's part of research. It's certainly part of research during a situation like we just went through. But I think what it forced us to do is to look at some things in new ways and to develop some new technologies and some new techniques that we're going to now use moving forward. So yeah, no, it hasn't. Our research has certainly changed. There's certain things that didn't get done, but there's a lot of things that actually, new things that did get done and some new directions that I'm excited about that I think wouldn't have happened if we had just continued as we were.
No,
Yeah, exactly. What do you do in research, right? You move the goalposts. Oh, this is exactly how we entirely intended for this to work all along, and it's great.
So one of the most exciting things that we have going on here at VEMI, and this all happened during the last year, is we're slowly moving Caitlin's biotechnology. We're calling it human biotechnology, new lab, new space, new study, new area. And it's been really exciting seeing the ways in which we can link these two together. As soon as we get some more tables, that's the next on the list, the tables. But I think it's going to be, I think it will be fun one way or another. What do we have looking forward to over the course of the next year from both of you? What are we looking up to? Other than the summer should be a lot of fun because we've got a lot of projects going on this summer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
I want to invent technology that lets us swing a cell phone at anything and tell you exactly what's going on with what's on the surface and all of the biological stuff that's there. So, you're building me a lab in the basement. I intend to make full use of it. Start doing some kooky stuff.
The
Nick,
best
how
work
much
comes out of
kooky
the
stuff are you
basement.
doing?
I find the best work always comes out of basement labs. I've always thought this, so I'm excited for you, Caitlin.
That's right. Thanks, Nick. We're gonna have fun.
I'm excited to start doing behavioral research again, like having actual people and doing some of the things that I've wanted to do. And I'm really excited about some advancements that are happening in our autonomous vehicle space. And I think that the next year is going to bring some really cool new tech and some new research, getting into some new areas that are going to really change the landscape of our little part of autonomous vehicles and human interaction. And I'm really excited about some new projects also I'm starting on accessible data science.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, now that everybody's getting vaccinated and getting some human subject back in and getting people back in. That's one of the reasons we're very, very excited about getting going this summer again and within safe bounds, but getting the students here, it's going to be a lot of fun moving forward. By the way, the president highlighted some of our projects in her video, so that's exciting. So, we're on the map now.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have any well wishes before I let you go or anything?
Just want to say great job to all the grads. We're so proud of you, and this family works because of students like you. So way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. With this lab is built on us as a group, and I wish everyone that's graduating the best as you embark on this next kind of stage, this next era of your life. The doorway to the rest of your life is what graduation really is. And I just want to also say, you're leaving us from a day-to-day basis, where so many people kind of are involved on a day-to-day basis with what we're doing, but you're absolutely still part of our extended family. All of our graduates, or so many of our graduates, are still involved, and we hope that, and I certainly hope that you'll continue to be involved and engaged in what we're doing, and just know that you're welcome. I also want to say that, listen, this is a time where a lot of people are giving advice, and I think that's great. I think you should listen to everyone, but take what you will, what makes sense to you. And here's my advice, and I say this every year, but I believe it. Dream big, be true to yourself, don't forget to have fun, and kick ass.
Yes. And then occasionally eat a cookie. And or bet your or just set up cookie bets with your colleagues. That's what keeps Nick and I going. So
Pet stuffed animals when you have the opportunity. It decreases stress levels.
Yes. There you go. Science.
These are words to live by, right? These are words to live by.
Well, thank you too. I know you guys got a busy evening up ahead of you, and so do I. But we'll go through with all the grad students, and thank you much. I love you both. Thank you for being here and helping us out. So
thank you, Rick, for all that you're
Take
doing.
care.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick.
Bye-bye.
Congrats, everyone.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Excellent. See, we're all still having fun here. Let's see here. So
Eloquent. Oh, love it.
How do I get out?
You don't. You're trapped here.
I think we've got them trapped in the room, Grant. It's just how it works. So let's check in. We're going to check in with Theo and see how Theo's doing with the building inspection.
Works.
All right. Thank you, Theo. It's always good keeping track of what's happening here. Theo on the job. That's very important. So next, I want to have a couple of members of our staff, Caitlin Haas, Nate Brown. Nate's a new member of our staff, going to join me here in Zoom. And are you guys here with me?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm here, and
Hey.
it's weird because I can see the delay.
Yeah, don't watch both at the same time. You remember like on the radio where they would say, oh, turn down your radio before you, yeah, that's, don't do that. That will get you. Ooh, that's it for the camera. All right, we're gonna fix the camera here in a second. That was no good. So RJ is not, we're fine. All right. Sorry, folks. You know, technical problems off screen here. So I wanted to talk to both of you guys. We've had a very interesting year. We were just talking to Nick and Caitlin about how weird this year has been. And by the way, if you people are wondering, where's RJ? RJ got his second vaccine and it is kicking his butt. So he is home recovering. He'll be fine. We're monitoring him and sending fluids through the mail. So he'll be okay. And Grant is actually right back there. So he would join us and he sends his well wishes too. But Caitlin and Nate, how did this year go for you guys?
Yeah, this was tough. It was very tough. Yeah, I would say that everyone is exhausted, burned out, dealing with so many technical problems. They're still going on, clearly. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the story of the last, 14, 16 months now. Yeah, but I will say that our research and development has prevailed. I was listening to you guys talk with Caitlin and Nick, and yeah, there were lots of things that we couldn't do, but there were so many projects that we pivoted on, and our students were right on board with our staff, and we were able to get a lot done. And it was incredible, really.
The
Everybody coming
transitioning
together was really nice.
Yeah. I was going to say the transition, Caitlin, from in-person studies to online studies was the most interesting and rapid switch we have ever done in our lives. That was very entertaining from my side to watch, just trying to figure out how to pull that off. And that I'm super proud of all of our students for.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last April, actually within 2 weeks of our lab shutting down, we were running human subjects online, trying to do it on Zoom and using online platforms and trying things out. And yeah, we just were doing the best that we could, and it was just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they really did a good job. So Nate, a lot of you don't know this, but Nate was just a student last year, right, Nate?
Yep, 6 months ago.
And yep, and in January, Nate has joined us as the financial and administrative coordinator, if I remember correctly. So he is now on board and helping us keep the book straight. And, you know, he's also my moral accountant. So we have that in store moving forward. But how is it for you, Nate, both from the student side and now from the staff side? Because you've got both sides this year.
Yeah, so from the student side, like just working with everybody, like seeing all these cool projects that, you know, I personally don't have my hands in because I'm numbers guy.
Yeah.
And then from the staff side, like I see a lot of like struggles that were behind the scene, and these students are like pushing through, like making sure stuff is still getting done. Like it's astounding how different being a student and a staff is, yet that result that the students are giving is awesome.
Hey, give me one of the big changes from going from student to staff in your head. Just curious.
making sure stuff is done on time, I guess. That's probably the biggest thing.
Suddenly that availability to fail goes away real quick.
Yep.
We need to bring the failure into our own lives as well. I think by us not failing, it allows the students more freedom to do it. But yeah, that was a good one. You guys have any words of wisdoms for our graduates coming up here?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. And honestly, I am not concerned about anybody who's graduating because they've all stepped up to the plate and they've done so many hard things already. And I think just explicitly telling people that, like, you've done hard things, you can do the hard things, and they're gonna do great, every single one of them.
Yep. You've definitely, this last year has probably been, from my perspective, one of the hardest years in college, and you guys have made it through. So you can do anything.
Yeah, I think that's well put. That, yeah, I would think anything after this is probably going to be much easier than whatever the heck we just went through. So I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Well,
If I
thank you
could say
both.
one more
Yeah, go
thing,
ahead, Caitlin.
it's that you don't have to go at anything alone, like especially after this time at VEMI. We have so many alumni who reach out to us and they say, hey, like, I've got this problem, and like really leaning on their VEMI fam, and we've got them. So from this point on, like, we've had you from the beginning when you started, and we'll have you when you leave. So always keep that in mind.
No, but well put. I just wanted to say, while you guys are on here, I'm going to remind people that there are students, well, under the supervision of Caitlin and everyone, we set up a newsletter. So there's a newsletter link that's right there on YouTube for everybody, but please subscribe to our newsletter and get into it. It sounds like a 1990s thing to say, to subscribe to our newsletter, but hey, we worked hard on it. So we might as well put that out there.
Yeah, and if there's any problems, you can just send a message to Rick's pager.
Yeah, that's right. I got my pager and my giant car phone with the box. Yep, that's all good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both. Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time tonight. I know you're both busy and doing your stuff. So, but yeah, Caitlin's actually helping us out and making sure that everything doesn't go bad on the other end. So that's good.
True.
Thank you both. I will chat with you later. Okay, so yep. So we're gonna go. We're gonna start this process now that we've gotten through everything and mentioned the newsletter and the YouTube and everything else that's out there. We're going to now start the process of talking to the grad students, and we're going to get in there with our first grad student, Roshin Biswas, or Biswas, or Biswas, depending on who I'm talking to, right, Roshin?
Yeah, you can act. It's like my first
we could
name,
just
you can
add more
pronounce it
syllables
however
if
you
we
want. So
I think it all is good.
Yeah.
Now, Roshin, let's clear something up because I'm sure there's people upset. We saw you last year at graduation. Is
Yes,
that correct?
That is correct.
So explain to everyone what happened. Did you actually fail and have to finish, or what happened here?
Yeah, so a year ago I was sitting in the same place doing the same thing. And I actually went into the master's as we talked about last year, but interestingly, it was an accelerated degree. So I did a lot of work in a year's time. So now I'm here getting ready to graduate again.
See, the man is many talents. Now he's master of Biswas. There you go. We're moving you up in this world. So a lot of the work that you did as an undergrad transferred into the work you were doing in your master's student. That's work with Caitlin Howell here in the lab, and we were exploring what we've called rainbow unicorn skin. You want to talk a little bit about that, what it was, what the intent here is?
Yeah, so like one of Theo's videos at the beginning of the stream, I was just interested in this material that RJ and Dr. Howell had brought down to the lab one day. And it's this really cool stuff that as you shine light on it, you get an array of colors that are reflected back at you. So I was given the freedom to follow my passion, follow my interests, and investigate this film structure, and specifically try to find a way to use that as a method to monitor surface cleanliness. So we're looking at that color that's reflected back at you as an indication on the state of that surface, which is really exciting and cool because it's low cost and could potentially be included in a phone application. So we could put this really cool technology into the hands of a lot of people. And, you know, after this pandemic that we've all really gotten sick of, I think these types of applications are going to be very in demand and very powerful.
Yeah, I think what you're working on is pretty amazing, and I agree with you. I think the applications here are huge. So the idea here at the end, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that we have an app on our phone so we can just put it on any surface and get a general idea of whether there's biological contaminants and whether it's safe or dirty. Maybe that's the big dream at the end.
Exactly. Hopefully in the future, we could specifically cater that material to different contaminants, different viruses, bacteria, what have you. So we're really excited about that.
So yeah, I think it was great work. And by the way, I'm super proud of all the stuff you put together. The other thing I'm most proud about you for is that you are one of the most beloved people in the lab right now. Everyone always says, if I'm having trouble, they go and find Roshin. How did you pull that off? What is that?
I don't know. I just love being around the VEMI people. I don't know what it is. You got something special here, Rick. I love being with everyone. I love everyone at the lab. Consider them like really close friends. I'm so thankful, you know, that I was led here by Dr. Howell. So I owe her one for that. But yeah, that goes to show what VEMI is all about, being there for one another, no matter what that need might be.
Well, you certainly are the perfect model of that. For those alumni and people who've been here before, they know, but for family and friends that are watching, we try really hard to take care of each other, and we call this a family, and we're really not messing around with it. And Roshin is a perfect example of that. He's been jumping in, helping all of our students, undergrads, grads, whatever the problem is, he's been there and helping them out. And I want to personally thank you for that, because it's been a very, very hard year. And without you here, that, you know, it would have been even harder. So that'd be great. So I'm going to get into something I'm going to do with all the grad students tonight. We got to hold it. Now we're going to do rapid fire questions. And Grant, can you put 30 seconds up on the clock? No, Grant. All right. We didn't get that tech up yet. He's got a stopwatch though. You got 30 seconds, and here's your 5 rapid fire questions. You ready?
Boy.
All right. Who's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
What is your favorite cartoon character?
Phineas.
Excellent. You a morning or a night person?
Night.
Favorite hobby?
Soccer.
Favorite VEMI moment?
There's so many. You know, I think I went to high school with Adam Farrington in Brewer High School, but he worked at the lab last year, and he graduated last year. There was a summer where Adam and I went and took a couch in Nick's old office and carried it down an unbelievable amount of stairs. It was 92 that day, And for some reason, I wore a long sleeve shirt, and I don't really know why. But me and Adam were like friends in high school.
Powering
But
on,
after
battery
that, we
low,
had like a
mic
bond.
off.
Like we were soaking wet, and it was like 12. It was
Powering off.
12. We still had work to do, and we were just like soaking wet. But yeah, that was a fun memory. I like that.
That was a good one. That's an excellent story. I love that. You got anything to add or anything for your other grad students you'd like to put in there? Words of wisdom?
Powering on.
Congrats
Charging
to everyone.
battery. Mic off.
Thank you, Ryan. And yeah, looking forward to seeing all the great things everyone accomplishes.
We are looking forward to what you're up to next, and we're hoping you're part of this family forever. So
Me
that's what we're
too.
going for. Now we're gonna go. We're not leaving Oshin yet because we have decided that tonight is the night, and we're gonna add Roshin in here because for those of you who don't know, this lab is blessed with an Oshin and a Roshin. We're gonna, and here's Roshin now. There she is. There she is. Hi, Roshin. Now listen.
Hello.
For those of you who don't know, thank you for joining us tonight. We're gonna have a figure out who is the better Sheen. So we're gonna have a Roshin and an Oshin. So throughout the evening, we're gonna cut back to you guys and we're gonna settle this. We're gonna have a series of battles. We're gonna go forward. So we're starting with rock, paper, scissors. Oh, we're doing Connect 4? Oh, all right. Okay. So we're gonna check back with them? Oh, we're gonna, okay. Okay. So let's, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We set up a video. We're good to go. All right, we're back at it. As you can see here, we're live on screen. We've got a Connect 4 battle between Oshin and Roshin. This is very, very exciting. For those who don't remember the rules for Connect 4, you have to get 4 in a row, hence the term Connect 4. Now, let me see if I have this right. I believe, who's red right now, Oshin?
I'm red.
Oshin is red, Roshin is blue. And as you can see, this is getting very intense as we get into this. Oh no, oh no. I believe Oshin has taken the first win. The first game goes to Oshin. Thank you both. We will be checking back with you shortly as we will go further for more battles here going on, but we'll be back. Yep. So anyway, thank you guys. We'll catch you later. So we're moving on to, what are we doing now? We're talking to Dan? Oh, we got Dan? Oh, this is very exciting. Dan Regan. There is Dan Regan, ladies, except he's not Dan Regan. He has to change his title in Zoom. This is incorrect, Dan. It's Dr. Dan Regan.
Hey, you know, if you want to give me that boost to my ego, I'm not going to deny it tonight.
Dan has just finished his PhD. Dan, we had a wonderful term for you the other day. We referred to you as the VEMI nomad. Yeah. We lost Dan? He's here with me. We've lost him on the stream.
Oh no.
Well, I can assure you that Dan is here, folks, but we're getting him back on the stream right now. All right, we're good. Dan, you're back. You're live. You're on the stream. We're having a good time now.
Glad to be back.
So Dan, it's been a heck of a year finishing out the PhD.
That's an understatement to say the least. It has certainly been a journey. To throw in military terms, we tried to make it controlled chaos, but yeah, 2020 to 2021, what a time. I've
got to say that doing a PhD is pretty difficult to begin with. Doing it a pandemic, I know you don't have anything to compare it against, but just I'm imagining that must have been insane.
So I think the interesting thing is I was fortunate in that the project I was working on could quickly shift to approach the pandemic. And then we were able to get lab access a little bit earlier than the rest of the university because we were working on an NSF grant to essentially address the issues of COVID and tracking. I think the biggest shock was you heard the rumblings that there was this major outbreak. And even I, as a bioengineer, you just think it's happening, it'll get contained. And then next thing you know, there's an outbreak in Washington State, and then we're shut down at the university. We go from operating full time in the lab to now I'm sitting at a desk 2 feet next to my bed, trying to go through old research articles and how do you decontaminate N95 masks against a virus. And so just making that quick switch, and then it's all right, let's get the data into a grant and take what we were doing with bacteria and write it up for viruses and get back into the lab. It was a lot of moving pieces, but I think the nice thing about it is everyone between Dr. Hal Caitlin and then the folks at the VEMI lab and most of the university just took it in stride and said, hey, we're going to make this work and let's figure out what we need to do to move from point A to point B.
Yeah, I was going to say you were one of the key people in the beginning of this, helping try to figure out how the heck we were going to get through this. So thank you for that, because I was on those meetings and it was chaotic, but it was fun at the same time. So that was pretty good. Yeah. So Dan, tell me a bit about, or tell everybody a bit about what your research is, and let's leave the academic terms out of this. This is VEMI. We're going to simple it down. Let's talk about what your research is and where it's headed.
Right. So I think the easiest way to describe what I'm doing, and folks may hate this, but it's over-engineered slip and slides. So, Dr. Hal Caitlin, she did her postdoc at Harvard, and that group there kind of really got this up and going in like 2010. And the whole point of this is to create two materials where you can move things around really easily, things that want to stick. And so it creates this new type of platform for you to manipulate and control different liquids. And so when I first got up here, I brought, hey, I want to be working for the Department of Defense after I graduate. What can we do with this? And so that first 2 years, we worked on making these slip and slides out of paper and evaporating samples down and getting really concentrated samples into like these pyramids. And then kind of as that project wrapped up and I was looking to keep going in the PhD and have that final project, we came up with the idea of creating these catch and release filters. So if you were able to block something from recirculating and then transfer it to identify what that biological threat was, it would help people out, especially in medevacs. And then, we're sitting around doing this research and then a global pandemic hits. We say, hey, let's, maybe help that problem out a little bit. So that's what I've been up to. And then it'll be a nice transition as I hand that project off to the rest of the grad students and move on.
Yeah, you got a great job coming up, right? You're moving to is it the U.S. Naval Laboratory?
Correct. Yeah. So, it's one of those things where I was fortunate to meet someone at a conference that knows Caitlin, and then also just kind of always being headstrong that I wanted to do Department of Defense work. So I applied through the National Research Council and then landed a postdoc at the Naval Research Lab in DC. So pretty excited to move to the city I've always wanted to go to and start doing that work I've kind of dreamed of for a while now.
Well, I'm really looking forward to what comes out of you next. By the way, Dan holds the record currently, which I think is going to eventually be broken, but how many rapid research weeks have you done? 3? 4?
I did 3 rapid research weeks.
3? I think Dan holds the record. Unfortunately, I believe that Theo and Roshin might beat you on that record, but we'll see. We'll see if they actually get there. But 3 is the highest number of rapid research weeks done at VEMI.
Yeah, I know Emily, Lady Blackwood, has quite a
Oh.
few under her belt as well.
That's right. Emily's got probably 4 or 5.
She's up there. She might
Yeah.
hold that crown.
I'm going to have to go back and get my data. I was pretty sure that you were way up there. All right. Well then, Dan, you don't get that thing. You
I'll
don't
take
win.
silver. I'll take silver.
You'll take silver. All right, we'll give you silver. Then we'll move that out. I'm pretty. I'm pretty excited about what you're up to next, and I certainly hope you stick around with us and as an alumni on Discord with everybody, and jump in when you can. Don't be so much of a nomad. Stick your head in more. We miss you, Dan.
I miss you folks too. It's been nice to have that community away from home and just folks you can go around, and whether it's talking about life or talking about science, you have that group there for you.
Well, I'm looking forward. So here is what I'm doing with the grad students all night. We're throwing 30 seconds. We still don't have a 30-second thing yet. No. Poor Grant. He didn't even know the 30-second thing was asking. We got 30 seconds on the clock. These are rapid fire questions. Here comes your 5. You ready?
Ready.
Favorite toothbrush color?
Blue.
If you were a food, what food would you be?
Pizza.
Favorite summer activity?
Kayaking.
C. Caitlin or K. Caitlin?
Ooh. K. Caitlin. OH.
Yeah. Favorite part of VEMI?
Ooh, gosh. There's too many things. Acceptance.
Oh, good answer. Holy Moses. That's an amazing answer. Wow, you might win with that answer. Also, I think you're going to get a care basket now from K. Caitlin with that other answer.
You pitted me against my boss versus somebody.
I'm
born in the
aware.
same state of Ohio.
It was purely a spelling question. It had nothing to do with the person. I'm just pointing that out. Dan, you got any words of wisdom for our graduating students?
Ooh, okay, this is something I've thought about. And
Okay.
I think this is something that folks aren't told often enough. Whether it's in the middle of your time as a student, but I think especially now at graduation and commencement, give yourself the opportunity to create that next evolution of yourself. If there's something that you want to start doing again, if there's an activity you want to try out, if there's a different way you want to approach life, use now as that time to start that habit and create that better version of yourself.
Excellent advice. Fantastic advice. Oh man, Dan, you can't go anywhere if you're going to keep throwing advice like that out.
Hey, it's the beard, it gives you
The beard,
a little
the
bit
beard
of
of
wisdom.
knowledge. It comes in, man. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you over the years. I'm just thrilled every single time you come into the lab. And thank you for being around, and thank you for sharing your time with us. And we really look forward to, hearing more from you as you move on.
Hey, I appreciate everything the VEMI Lab has given me the last 4 years. Grad school can be an isolating experience, but you and Nick and Emily and Caitlin and RJ and Grant and Nate and all the alumni, you made it a unique experience and gave us that little place to call home when you needed it the most. So,
Thank you.
my time at Maine definitely was made by you folks.
Well, thank you. We tried, and I'm just thrilled that people like you are around. But Dr. Dan, thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a good Friday night. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Rick. Don't fire me, boss.
Don't fire me, boss. Yeah, no, that won't happen. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're moving on here. I think we've got to spend some time, and I think it's time to check in with the Carnegie Commissioner of Chaos, Theo, see what's going on there. I'm up. All right, there we go. We're doing good here at Carnegie. I think everything is looking pretty professional as we like to move forward. All right, we're going to check in with Isaac Sparks Willie. Oh, there's the man. Isaac, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
Well, it's been an interesting day. It's been a great night. I'm just happy to see everybody. Anytime I get to sit and chat with everybody, because during the pandemic, I didn't get to. We're constantly Zooming, and then, on occasion you get a Zoom bomb by John Cole, and then, it's just everything goes sour on you. But that's pretty good. So, Isaac, man, tell me, how was your year?
It was long, but it was good. Honestly, I think I pushed myself a little harder than I thought that I would be able to. And it was hard to get through, but I got through it, and I'm glad to be on this end of it for sure.
Yeah, it was a very an interesting year, and I know we just talked to two grad students who I think had a very different perspective from the undergrads, as the undergrads were probably suffering from too many Zoom classes and
definitely
moving through.
Absolutely.
How did you keep yourself sane during this whole stuff? What'd you do for fun?
I picked up yoga. That's what kept me sane, honestly.
No kidding.
Picked
Good
up yoga.
You.
Started with Emily Blackwood. We started doing it at the lab shortly before the pandemic, and I kept on with it. And honestly, the exercise kept me sane. I couldn't have made it through without it.
Oh man, that's excellent to hear. And Emily is terribly happy that you gave the plug for yoga. That's pretty good. I know you were doing a lot. I know you were working on the servers this year. I know one of the things I asked Isaac to do very early in the pandemic was you and I believe Colleen and a few other people were looking at all the VR options out there for group meetings.
Yes, yeah, I helped look into that a bit for sure.
Didn't we look at like 50 different pieces of software?
I certainly didn't look at 50. I probably looked at like 10 or 15. There was a lot of nauseating afternoons trying those out.
as a lot of them were not quite up to snuff yet.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that was crazy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the other stuff you were working on?
So I've worked on a pretty big variety of things. So kind of one thing that I think probably one of the things I'm most proud of is working on the lab server, just providing a lot of technology that helped support pretty much every project that's been coming through since I set it up. And it was pretty big when the pandemic hit too, it was pretty awesome to be able to help keep people connected and help keep people working well through the pandemic at the lab. And my latest project, Cyber Learning, the app that I've been working on with Aubrey Nygaard, the iOS app, that's been a lot of fun to work on too. If painful at times to be working on Apple, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Apple doesn't make it very easy. By the way,
don't.
And a lot of you don't know this, but our transitioning from sort of using clunky servers that were just sort of Dells that were sitting around to full-fledged, I believe we got a full-fledged NAS upstairs and
That's correct.
Yeah. And when we did the shutdown in the pandemic, Isaac went and made sure that we had secure connections and remote connections so we can continue our research. And I wanted to thank you for that because, that was huge.
Absolutely, it was my pleasure.
Yeah. I know that was a lot of it was challenging. And I just wanted to say, yeah, it was tough, but we're far better off now than we were before when we weren't using those little side servers here and there. And we did a pretty big upgrade upstairs. So,
well, thank you.
Yeah, no, you did great, man. Tell me, what was I going to ask you about? Yeah, tell me a bit about some of the VR stuff you were working on.
Some of the VR stuff. It's been a long while since I really worked on any VR projects, but I worked on a couple relatively early on. I definitely helped. I wasn't working on these per se, but I helped give a lot of the demos to tours early on when I was at the lab. That was kind of my biggest VR involvement. I worked on a few side projects here and there as well that didn't quite go as well as we planned, but they were still a lot of fun to work on.
Isaac came to us via Maggie, who was working for me at the time, and Maggie knew Isaac, and Isaac came in, and you and I started by working on some crazy Rick projects.
Yes, yeah, we did.
They had nothing to do with VEMI, just working on crazy Rick projects. And I figured, well, if he can handle these projects, we can get him into, and I'm super happy you did.
Yeah, me too.
You were definitely going to be missed around here, and your presence will always be known. So,
well, I'll definitely be sure to pop my head in every now and again for a long time.
Speaking of which, before you leave, I got a present for you here, and I haven't gotten it to you this week because it's been a little chaotic, but I'll get it to you.
Okay.
One way or another. So, as you heard with others, we are doing rapid questioning here.
Yes.
And we have 30 seconds. It's off screen, but we do have 30 seconds up.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. It's sitting there. By the way, poor Grant had no idea I was going to do this, and he's sitting there. He's all yeah. Well, it's all right. It's good. So you ready? You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
What word would you add to the dictionary if you could add one?
I think the dictionary's got plenty of words. Doesn't need any more.
What, man, that was such a good answer. What fashion trend do you do? What fashion trend do you just not get?
Ripped pants, like ripped jeans.
Oh, it's a damn good one too. He's 2 for 2 in my book. If you could swim in any liquid, what would it be?
I'm good sticking with water.
How many keys do you have on your keychain?
5 or 6, I believe.
Okay. What part of VEMI experience has been the most rewarding to you?
The most rewarding, definitely, I think the support, both in terms of support that I'm able to get from the lab in all walks of life, whether it be my schooling or, my work at the lab or anything else going on, but also the support that I've been able to give to some people in the same areas.
Good, man. Those are, 5 good answers. You might be winning on the answers tonight. Wow. That was excellent. So as I've been asking everybody, you got any words of wisdom for your other graduates?
Just make sure to keep having fun, whatever you're doing. As long as you're enjoying it, you're doing it right.
That's has always been my policy, and I appreciate it. Isaac, it has absolutely been a pleasure. Congratulations, by the way. I know you just got a new job.
I did. Thank you.
So when do you start that?
I start June 14th.
Nice.
A couple of weeks here. Well, about a month.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. You know how this works. Stick on Discord. Keep saying hi to everybody.
I certainly will. I'm looking forward to joining the alumni Discord. I'm interested to see the shenanigans that go on.
Yeah.
There.
We're going to be switching everybody over tonight. As a matter of fact, we should be switching you over now, but yeah. But we'll get you in there, and you can hang out with all the alumni and find out what crazy things they're saying about me.
I can't wait.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, so let me see. Where are we on the agenda? We've gotten 3 down, 3 to go of our 6 grad students. We are going to right now take a very small musical interlude. Our very own Zane Nygaard has put together a nice little piece for us. It's a little calm down piece. Everybody relax during the pandemic and enjoy Zane and his magical guitar. All right, thank you, Zane. That was absolutely beautiful. I really appreciate you taking the time to put that together. It's nice to have musical people back in the lab again, for all you alumni who we used to jam with. So we're gonna cut in, and I think we're going back to the Roshin battle. The Connect 4 off. And we're going to get them back in here in a second, and then we're going to push this forward. This is an ongoing battle. If you, Oshin is currently up 1-0 in the Connect 4 battle. Here we go, and we've got Roshin back in here. We're waiting for Oshin to get back in here. This is live TV, folks. This is what happens, you know, when things don't quite go as smoothly as you want them to. Do you want me to, there he is. There they are. Okay, guys. Hey, how you doing, sir? All right, guys, there we go. So we're doing round 2, the Connect 4 battle. Very excited. Roshin, we're expecting you to bring your A game on this one.
Okay.
All right. So again, Oshin playing red, Roshin playing blue. Or did the colors just switch?
They're the same.
Okay. Oh, this is a barn burner here, folks, tonight. Look at this. Right away, Oshin makes the mistake and a very quick win. Look at what this is it's all tied up 1-1. Man, oh man, you well, we're gonna have to come back and we're gonna have to settle this for a third round here, apparently. Moving on. All right, guys, we'll be back. Thank you for playing. Practice, both of you. This is gonna get better. All right, let's move on. We're gonna pull Eric into the mix. We're gonna be talking with Eric Marshall, one of our finance and accounting undergraduate students. I should probably be mentioning majors as we roll through here, as we're now halfway through students. Eric, say hi, my friend.
Hey, Rick, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. Where's your camera?
Get my video going here. There we are.
There you are, man. Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you. How's it been?
Look at you with the open shirt and everything being all cool.
I know. I'm ready for summer, right?
Look at this, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. Hanging in there. Excited to be done.
All day. Are you now? You got one last class, is that right? And you're basically done this summer?
I do, yeah. Over the summer, I think I'll graduate in July or so, technically. But I have one last class for my concentration.
Nice. That's good to hear. So now, I said this wrong earlier. You're an accountant and financing major, or just accounting, or
just accounting? No, just accounting. I have a concentration in management information systems, so computer systems in general.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
So Eric has the very distinct honor of literally being hired to work with us to work on finances. What was it, about 3 weeks before the pandemic?
Yeah, just about. I hopped on, and then the pandemic hit three or 4 weeks later.
So we were struggling bad to we were struggling bad to find a way to get all this working, and Eric had just got hired and trying to find out how everything works within the system and move forward. So Eric has been the jack of all trades person with us since then. Most recently, I think you were working on photos for the autonomous vehicle studies, right?
I was indeed. I had about 250 pictures of Subaru Forester door handles in my camera roll.
Hey, I gotta say, thank you for putting up with it and all the crazy, because You were the one I felt the worst for because we had this beautiful plan and then it all went to hell.
That's all right.
Shortly after you came in, that was great. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good to have you here and kicking around. So tell me, what's your post-game plans? You got some?
Not currently. I've been looking for a job, and where I'll end up, I'm not entirely sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah, currently I'm going back down to Rhode Island. I'll do some accounting work down there, sailing and doing what I normally do until I can find a more permanent position. But yeah, until then, I'll just be down in Rhode Island, living it up for the summer is kind of the plan currently.
So you're going back down? You're going to do some sailing this summer? Good.
I will be down there if you're in the area. I'd always love to take you out surfing, sailing. If you're in the area.
I'll tell you, at this point, you never know. I have had it, absolutely had it. I might just show up and go sailing.
Sure,
when are you heading home, by the way? I have a gift for you. I got to get to you.
All right, I have a gift for you as well. So I'd love to. We can meet up at some point.
All right. Yeah, let's. Yeah.
Perfect.
Before you head up, we got to get back together and figure this out.
Of course.
Do it that way. So one of the things that I'm going to miss for Eric is that we had Eric doing things that were probably very, very difficult for full-time staff employees. One of which is I had you scouring through NSF paperwork at one point.
Yes, that was tedious.
I apologize for the tedious and mind-numbingness part of that.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I would say this, you probably know more about the NSF now than most people.
I don't know about that. I'm not gonna, there are a lot of minuscule rules and bylaws and yeah.
You should put that, make sure that's in your resume. Understand National Science Foundation.
I'll be sure to include that.
I would, man. I'm telling you, people will be very impressed. You can state subsection C-4, and I think that's very, that's very, very important tool to have moving forward. So as you hear tonight, and I'm sure you've been watching, we're doing rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You ready to go?
I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Use one word to describe your computer ability.
Poor.
If you could choose your nickname, what would it be?
I have no idea. I don't know. I usually go something like Eric Marshall 18, but using it, I have no idea for a nickname.
How do you like your steak cooked?
What was that?
How do you like your steak cooked?
Oh, medium rare all day long.
How do you want to retire?
Wealthy. And loving. Loving should also be included there. I want to have lots of friends and family with me when I retire as well.
Okay. What will you miss most about VEMI?
Oh, I think everything. As you said, I kind of came at an odd time, but I think that the experience I've had and the people that I've met has been second to none. I will say some of the experiences. One of the first events that I went to was the public bull riding, or the professional bull riding, and that
Yes.
that set the tone for what it was going to be like working there. And ever since then, just some of the memories that I've made.
Oh my gosh, you are now reminding me, and I completely forgot. We went to the PBR event 1 week before the world shut down.
Yep.
I completely forgot. We were all there. Yeah, for those who don't know, we took pretty much most of VEMI to the professional bull riding event in Bangor. And then 1 week later, it was over. Everything shut down. So that was probably the last big public VEMI event we've had. So
I think so, yeah. And that really set the tone of the people, and just I'll never forget that moment being there and just making some connections that I hope last a lifetime. I think that the people at the lab really speak for itself.
So Eric, I got a special event for you tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is that?
We're gonna drag Caitlin Haas in here.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Yeah. So Caitlin has a challenge for you. So just give us a second. We'll get Caitlin in here. And then there she is.
Hey.
The Haas. All right, Caitlin, you're muted, by the way. All right.
Hi.
Caitlin, how's it going? Good to see you.
Good. So when I got back to the lab, I noticed that I was beating you at rock paper.
Oh no.
Scissors. Yeah.
I was humiliated enough in front of the VEMI Lab family. I'm not sure I need to be humiliated anymore in my.
No, you do. You do. You need one more.
Yeah. Well, I was only beating you by one.
Oh, so this is to tie it, or for you
This
to secure your victory in history here.
Oh no! I mean, I think that we need to settle this.
Oh, all right. I'm always game. I'm always game. On your count, I'm ready.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, let's go. That's a rock. Oh, let's go.
All right.
So you're tied up now? All right, go ahead.
Oh, I did scissors as well. All right, all right.
The delay is killing me.
All right. Oh, I threw a curveball. I think that's a win, right?
That's a win, yeah.
All right. It's not a clean sweep, but it's a semi sweep.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that we're tied.
Yeah. We'll call it even. To be continued. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. To be continued.
Well, Caitlin, he's leaving, so you can say whatever you want. So.
I'm gonna say that I won, but that's fine.
There we go.
Thank you, Eric. You got any words of wisdom for the graduating class? Thank you, Caitlin.
I think just to reiterate, do what you love, stay true to yourself. I think that all those are huge things. And as a quote from Finding Nemo, just keep swimming. As we all learned when the pandemic hit, keep your head up, just keep going. There's better things in the future.
Anybody who's quoting Finding Nemo is good in my book, man.
Thank you very much, Rick. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. And yeah, let's talk before you leave.
Yeah, we'll catch up. Yes, of course.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, Rick.
See you later. All right, there we go. We're moving on with the thing. Where are we on the schedule tonight? Are we moving? Oh, we're going to check back in with Theo, the Carnegie Relationship Specialist. Let's check back in with Theo.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Theo. That's excellent. Let's see. We're moving on here. We're going to get Tian into the chat, and we're going to have some good times here because I haven't spoken to Tian. I saw you a few days ago, Tian, didn't I?
Yeah, yesterday.
That's right. I've lost all track of time. If it was yesterday, I literally have lost all track of it. We split a cookie. How did I forget? Oh man, I'm getting old. I can't remember anything anymore. It's all going downhill from here. Tian, you just graduated biomedical. I'm very excited. You just got accepted into the PhD program in Utah, correct?
Yes, University of Utah.
And that's got to be pretty exciting, heading out to Utah.
Yeah, I'm super excited since I have lived and grown up in Maine for pretty much my whole life. It'll be fun to live somewhere else and get a PhD.
Yeah, they have some beautiful national parks down that way. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. You're going to have to send us all pictures and say, this is why it's better.
For sure.
So you did a lot of work this year. And by the way, you are one of the essential people that absolutely helped us with the transition from research back, to, how we're going to go from in-person to online. And I know you were doing a lot of work with Caitlin and everybody switching that over. How hard was that?
It wasn't as hard as you would think, I guess. You just have to, I guess, adjust your expectations for what's going to happen and then be ready to change plans at a moment's notice.
Well, you did it perfectly. Let's just put it that way. Just being able to pull it together was amazing. You want to tell us a little bit about the work you were doing on the cyber learning stuff?
Yeah, so back in the fall, we ran an in-lab study on how people will learn images on a smartphone if they're blind or have low vision. And so there are different ways that they're communicated. The phone was communicating the information of an image to our participants. And so it was really interesting to see how people were able to learn whatever the image was through the different modes of learning, which included speaking, like a description of the image, or the phone would vibrate based on what they're touching in the image, and then, or some combination of that. So it was really, really interesting to see people learn very quickly, actually.
Hey, can you talk, you have a very unique perspective on something that I've been talking to people about for a very long time, and that's human subject research. And you come from a more traditional, I should say, research side of, test tubes and everything. Can you talk about the differences or the challenges a little bit from switching from this more, Caitlin Howell will kill me because I'm sort of putting it down a little, but more traditional or the simplified research to more human. I call it simplified because I personally think humans are a pain, but yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely different. I don't think anybody would particularly characterize me as an outgoing person, and human subject research is very based on obviously interacting with other people. And so that put me a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but it's always good to do that from time to time. So there's much to be learned.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of discussions at an academic level across the way and I've been making the argument that learning human subject research is vital for life skills. Would you say I'm off track with that, or do you think I'm not pushing it hard enough?
No, I think that's very very accurate, because there's so much that can and will go wrong in a study involving another person, that it really helps you think on your feet and problem solve in the moment.
Yeah, and thank you. That's exactly, thank you. That perfectly well said. I mean, thinking on your feet and problem solving is very, very important life skills moving on. But yeah, I have been admiring your work coming in here and helping with this transition. You were one of the first ones helping Caitlin Haas as we started to transition to more of a stronger research group. And that, thank you for that. Thank you for the time you put into it and helping us out. It's been huge.
I've had a great experience of it.
So you know the routine. You've seen it tonight. We've got 5 rapid questions. You think you're ready?
Ready enough.
Okay, here you go. If you won $1 million, what would you buy?
A house. It's pretty boring, but
what did you eat for breakfast?
Protein shake.
What chore do you hate doing?
Making my bed.
Nice. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
And what is your favorite memory from VEMI? VEMI. I can't even say the word anymore.
That's a good question. I feel like any of the social events that we've had, pretty much any time that I've been here, have been great memories. And then Rapid Research Week, of course, was a great time.
Well, yeah, thank you. We love Rapid Research Week, and we can't wait to get back to doing that in person again. We think that it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, thank you for taking a risk. We know on us and coming over here and doing this. We know that it's tough sometimes for students to trust in coming over here and doing the work with us, but thank you for giving us your time, and thanks for hanging out with us during the pandemic and helping us get through it.
It was well worth it.
You will be super missed. And hopefully, like I've been saying to everyone, hopefully you stick around on Discord, answer some questions, join the alumni, and help us out, help the students out moving forward. Because I'll tell you this, we're going to have a lot more biomedical students that come through, and they're going to need help. So
I'll be glad to help.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, I forgot to ask, words of wisdom for other graduates.
Don't take things too seriously. There's always room to have fun.
That's another good one. You guys are all killing it tonight. You're doing a great job. Tian, I super appreciate you. Thank you for being here with us, and thanks for helping us out, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. Okay, we're rolling along. I got to look at I don't even know where we are anymore. Oh, we're going back to the final battle, if that's correct. All right, we're going to get Roshin and Oshin back in here. They're tied 1-1. They've both been working out during the break. They're getting ready. We're going to get them in here. We're going to have the final Connect 4 off to see if we can finally figure out which one is more sheen. And by the way, you're not going to get this at any other lab. No other lab has 2 Oshins and Roshins just off by 1 letter. This is the type of thing you get here at the VEMI lab. Very important. Okay, thank you for that great bumper there, Grant. We like to keep things exciting here on the graduation stream, the 2021 graduation stream as we move forward. By the way, let's see, we've got one more graduate after we do this, the final Roshin Oshin Connect 4 battle. I believe Roshin has moved her camera to a different angle just to throw us all off. I think it's good strategy. All right.
Yeah, I'm kind of rattled right now by
Yeah, I would be rattled. She changed everything. It's an excellent strategy. All right, here we go.
We're also different colors now.
Now you're different colors? Okay, so for those playing at home, blue is Oshin, red is Roshin, which makes sense because R for red, that's how it would be. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Look at this. This is incredible action right here. With the finger clicking away. This is really close now, folks. We've really got to be careful. This is getting dangerous. There's the block right there from Roshin. Oshin making a very aggressive move. Oh, no. What's going to happen now is there's a blocking going on. Moving forward, blocking Roshin from connecting to get a 3-drop. There's up. Oh, that's a good play. That's a very good play by Roshin. Oshin is stumped. He's thinking. He's working a battle plan. There it is. There it is. Interesting. He's got 3 in a row. And now Roshin ties it up 3 in a row. And the win, the pure win right there. How did I miss it? It right there. It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. It's a miracle. So that's it. So I guess let's talk for 1 second. So at the end of this day, it seems like Roshin is more sheen than Oshin. Is that a correct assessment? No? Nobody's got anything to say? Thank you.
We're both very talkative, Sheen.
Yes, I can see. You're both introverts, for crying out loud. Listen, thank you guys both for playing tonight. It was fun. You guys are both absolutely essential to this place. And I don't know what's going to happen now that we're only going to have Roshin after you graduate, Oshin, but you'll be alumni. And but that's great. But hey, love you guys both. Thank you for playing tonight. I think we're done, right? That was it. Final battle. Wrapping it up. All right. It's good to see you. We'll talk to you guys later. Okay. Where are we? Grant, I've lost track of time. Oh, are we talking to Colleen? Oh, this is very exciting. Colleen Damaris, or we could do the French pronunciation, which my wife would demand that I do. Hey, Colleen.
Hi, Rick. How's it going?
It's going. Just hanging out. I don't know what you got draped back there, but that's fantastic. What is it?
So this is currently a tree, and at the bottom, get this, let's see if I can raise this so you can see it. There is an elephant.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I picked it up from the mall on the university one day for,
Oh, there
you
was
know,
someone on the side of the street there, or whatever the heck it was.
yeah, a couple of years ago, like in front of the Union, where the guy sells the flags usually.
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
like a tapestry sort of thing set up
That's
there. So I
fantastic.
found this. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that find.
Colleen, we don't hang out enough. See, if I would have talked to you more, I would have known that was there, and then I could have gone and gotten my own. Instead, I got this darn VEMI thing behind me. I could have had something cool.
I don't know. The VEMI thing speaks volumes though.
Yeah,
So like you kind of need it.
It does. Just, it's not different, it's just, that's great. It's different. Fantastic. Throwing it together.
If I had more tapestries, they would like be all along this, but unfortunately my collection is one.
You got to go down to Mexicali Blues. That's a plug for Mexicali Blues. I expect a tapestry now from Mexicali Blues. There you go. You got to head down and check that out. Colleen's very good to see you.
Good to be here. Good to see
Can
you
you
too.
talk a bit about your perspective of dealing with the pandemic at your final senior year of college?
I feel bad for anyone, professor, student, worker, employee, does not matter. I feel bad for anyone who's been affected by this because this has been on me personally, fairly brutal, both mentally and workload basis. And I don't imagine it's much better for really anyone. So.
Yeah, yeah, it has been very, very tough. And I've said this before, I personally couldn't have gotten through it without you guys kicking around, and that was great stuff. You were part of the magical AV team that was testing all that. I was talking to Isaac about all the VR team that was testing all the VR simulations so we could start to do, online VR classes and everything like that. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that was definitely rough on Isaac and Aubrey too, because they get motion sickness, and some of those VR things that were being created were caused a lot of motion sickness.
Yeah, there was some tough stuff out there. Can you talk to us about the AV simulator that you've been working so hard on over the last several months?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. The AV simulator is an idea put together so that researchers can figure out the trust in autonomous vehicles sort of thing and what we can do to sort of change that. So Zane and I, and initially Walter, before he graduated, were working on this simulation where we have this massive cityscape now, and it's populated with buildings, streets, sidewalks. It's got trees in there, that the autonomous vehicle can just, it's not actually autonomous in the simulation, but it's simulating one. It goes around the city and follows the apologies for the dogs in the background.
It wouldn't be Zoom if we didn't get kids screaming or dogs.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting one of the dogs to come over and start begging for attention, but either way. But yeah, so the simulation has been definitely a learning process because this is the most in-depth Unity project that I'd ever worked on personally. And there was definitely a lot to learn from it. So I was very happy that I was working with Zane on that, because working with another person with the pair programming, especially in the pandemic during the summer and stuff like that, pair programming saved my butt completely. It helped me motivate to actually get stuff done.
I'm glad it helped get things done, because it's been a little crazy putting this together. And thank you, by the way, for all that. Also, I have to talk to you about the Weasley Clock project too. I love that project so much. I know it was a nightmare for you, but it's been a dream of mine forever.
Honestly, it's such a good project to work on. Like when you first presented it to me and like you were enthusiastic about it and I loved it. It was such a cool thing to be able to try to put together and learn from. But that was a roller coaster. I don't know if you remember, but I did start that like 2 years ago, 2 summers ago, something like that. So
You did. You started it a couple of years ago, and it has been I love it. I love that it's done and it's working. So you want to explain it to everybody real briefly what it exactly is?
Sure. So the Weasley clock for the VEMI lab is a project where it essentially tracks the location of employees in the building, what room they're in, for how long, essentially, until they move on to the next room, and then stores that in the database. So it's wonderful for, especially with the pandemic, a newly found use is for contact tracing. So if anybody tests positive for anything, really, you can literally say, oh, I was in the same room as these 3 people on this date for this amount of time. We should let them know that they're probably exposed.
Yeah.
But so the project has little units based in every room in the lab that's necessary. And they're just constantly taking in Bluetooth signals and scanning for the correct Bluetooth signals that we have stored in the database, which are the employee Fitbits, or not actual Fitbits. This is not endorsed by Fitbit. It is a different brand.
Although
But as a
Fitbit,
generic,
send us some free stuff.
yeah, exactly. Like Fitbit's a wonderful brand. I'm not complaining. But as a generic name, the exercise bracelets that we ordered are constantly sending out a signal that is very easy to pick up. So we can just sort of, as long as everybody just counts their steps, we're good.
Yeah, it's really been a great project, and being able to track everybody is huge. And I thank you for all of that work you did. By the way, Colleen did something that was miraculous, and I want everyone to know. During the height of the pandemic, VEMI was asked to help make IR thermometers because there was a shortage. And Colleen, bless her, came right in with RJ, and we whipped together in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, very quick demos of IR thermometers.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We got called in, and RJ and I basically sat down for a day and just sat there until it was somewhat working. Or I mean, it was working when we left for the day. It just, the parts weren't necessarily all together at that point in time. But yeah, the 3D printed model of that went through a few iterations, and I think the insides also went through a couple of different changes, but for the most part, that was a lot of fun, and I'm glad to be useful.
It was great, and a very rapid research, and thank you for that. I just wanted to make sure that you were noted for the credit to help us out with that one. That was great. So you've been watching the stream tonight. You know how this goes. I got 5 rapid fire questions for you. You got 30 seconds.
Okay.
You about ready?
We took my breath. I'm ready.
What is the one food you wouldn't want to give up?
Pizza, because there's so much you can do with it.
If you were stranded on a tropical island, what 2 things would you want with you?
Oh, 2 things: a knife and a boat.
Nice. If you could teleport, where would you go?
This is a one-time teleportation, right? Or is it?
Let's go with sure.
Okay, one-time teleportation. I'd save it for an emergency.
If you were a superhero, what powers would you have?
The power of convincing myself to stop procrastinating.
Oh,
I love that power.
Excellent. Excellent. What was your favorite VEMI project or moment?
Oh gosh, favorite moment has to be Halloween party, because the Halloween parties that we had with the glow in the dark stuff and the stickers and the tape everywhere, it was fantastic and a wonderful memory.
Yeah, we've had some good. We're going to get back there soon. You got any words of wisdom for other graduates?
I absolutely do. I feel like it's very important that you feel like it's okay to be on the wrong track sometimes. It's okay to go down the entirely wrong path on a project, look behind you and say, wow, that was wrong, because you learned from it and maybe you learn something that's useful in the future. So it's okay to backtrack.
Excellent, excellent, excellent advice. Boy, you've all been nailing this tonight. Listen, thank you. Thank you for being here with us for the last, has it been 3 years?
It's been 3 years. Yeah, I joined January of my sophomore year.
I just regret you and I not having enough time hanging out and doing silly things over the last year, but we're going to
Definitely.
get back to that. I promise.
Yes, we still have to play Warzone. Come on.
Yes,
Let's go.
yes, pop in. Will you just one night, just drop me a line. We're always playing about 8 o'clock. We're around.
Always? Every night?
Like almost every night. If it's not me, it's me or Theo. Just hop in. We're there.
Awesome. Well, I am recently done with all of my classes and finals.
Well,
so
then you're
I can
playing
pop in.
Warzone with us tonight.
Yes.
We'll hook you up. Actually,
Cool.
if Zane is watching this right now, Zane, put her in the Duck Crisis crew right now, so she's there.
Crisis crew.
Let's hook you up.
I love that name.
I seriously, I love you to death. Thank you for being here. Please stick your head in now that you're a VEMI alum. You know how it works. John Cole set the precedent of you get to bother anyone at any time, apparently. So please come back and do it. But thank you for being with us. And
Thank you for having me. Seriously, this has been a wonderful, it's not just a workplace. It is a family, and I'm definitely appreciative of everything that happens.
well, before you take off, I have a gift for you. So make sure that you and I run into each other. So,
Will do.
all right. Take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
All right, folks. That's our graduation. That's our six students that are now off to bigger and better things. I just want to say to friends and family and people that are watching right now, thank you very much for allowing us the time of your loved ones to be here. This has been an incredibly hard year, and it's been incredibly hard for our students and our staff and our faculty. And if it wasn't for the people that were here, it would have been 10 times harder. And I just have to say that it has been amazing to work with these students. Everything that you hear that ever comes out of the VEMI Lab is completely done by the students. I don't code or program at all anymore, any of that work. So it is all done by the student. It is made by the students. It is created. All the research is run by it. We do a full part. They're all fully part of everything that happens here at VEMI. And we're really looking forward to the future. We're looking forward to their future. Congratulations to everybody that's on there. And hey, guys, congratulations and have a very good time in the future. Wow. Whoa, there we go. There's one. There's two. What the heck is going on? Oh, there's another one. Whoa, hey, all right. Oh, there's gunshots now or something. There's another one. Well, thank you, everybody. We did what there's one for me?
Yeah, you gotta pop one.
I got to pop? How's it work? Which way does it go? By the way, for anybody on stream tonight, we got asked from last time if we could do Q&A. So if anybody has any Q&A action, I'm happy. Huh?
Grab the very bottom.
Very bottom?
Yeah.
I'm happy to take questions.
Oh my God.
Wow, this is fun. Except no one's reading the comments on the stream right now if there's questions, but, oh, are you? Okay, no one said anything? Well then, have a good night, folks, if there's no questions. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and try to figure out, how I'm going to clean all this up, one way or another. All right, no questions. We're done. Everybody can move on. We're out. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for checking it out. And congratulations to all of our